Powell with a strong move and 24. Flagg, nice dish down. Flagg in the open floor.
Hey! Oh! In front, Proctor to Flagg! Layup goes! Flagg pushing, looks at the clock, fires a three. Down it goes! And alive. Somehow it ends up in Flagg's hand. And whoa!
Flagg on the attack with a slam! And a foul! Oh, my!
Flagg pulls up. And a chance for three!
Incredibly smooth, and it's 6'9" on the perimeter. How he handles the ball and just elevates in that beautiful stroke. It is going to be a privilege to get to watch him. He's just an exceptional young man.
Flagg through the double team, all the way to the rack! Blue Devils come out of the scrum with it. Foster, Brown, here's Flagg! Throw it down, big fella!
Another look at it. Little hustle on the floor. Caleb Foster comes up with it. Brown puts it up, and Flagg just throws it down with authority. One more look, because we can't get enough of it.
22 for the rookie.
And look at him just.
That scoring touch.
Well, I tell you what, Bobby Hurley's always going to be excited about a point guard. One thing for certain, you got to have a great point guard, and you got to have a great play. As you see Flagg attacking the basket, going to the rim, the ability to finish with the opposite hand, and the strength. Cooper Flagg, remember, ladies and gentlemen, he's 17 years old, doesn't turn 18. Right now, they have 11 guys that could be stars anywhere.
State. Quaintance on the block, and that one is swatted. Malawatch, another here in the second half. Active hands, scrum on the floor. Cooper Flagg ahead of the pack. Hello!
Tyrese Proctor does defensively, not only coming up with the steal, but getting on the floor after the loose ball and finding Cooper Flagg out in front. You'll love the dunk by Flagg, but John,
this game, a guy who's really battled injuries, has redshirted the last 2 years.
Once again, Flagg.
Stuff is dunk.
Here comes Flagg and throwing it down. University of Maine campus, so his home state school, and he's doing things like that against the Black Bears.
He's so good at putting it on the floor, again, in transition. And he's done a nice job on the interior for them in this first half.
Flagg, he goes to the reverse. Starting full head of steam. Likes the matchup, backing down.
Big time.
Well, when you've got Kellen Tynes, it's Dribbins pass knocked away. Here comes Cooper Flagg, flying high.
How many times? And it's what separates him.
To the left.
Shot blocker and everything around the basket. He dunks. And it'll go. So efficient in his time at Wake Forest under Steve Forbes. Cooper.
Flagg driving on Brea, and that's going to go. Tipped away by Proctor. Knipple, and Flagg caught up to it. Away. Blocked from behind by Flagg. They would like, but in the NCAA tournament, they have been as good as any conference. It'll be an interesting year in the league as Flagg lays it in, push the middle of that league up.
Yeah, Pittsburgh off to a great start. Miami's got another really good team.
Notre Dame, Louisville look like. Flagg for three. Yes! And a couple of assists. Up and good.
Different level in the second half as opposed to the first. There's the switch.
Count. Offensive rebound, Brown. And now Flagg driving on Carr. It goes!
Experience, absolutely, but the fact that he wanted the ball in that situation is one of the most important things.
Flagg patiently steps in to score his first.
The Brotherhood of Towel Wipers. Flagg, 3 points and a half. Long two is good.
Rarely do we run a play to score anymore. If anything, that's just bad defense.
Flagg with a lead
for Duke. And that's what it's going to take for Duke is 5 guys on the defensive glass every possession.
Nice kick from Proctor to Flagg, and he'll knock it out. And he's bodying up on Flagg, and Flagg will win the battle. Flagg now with Jaden Bradley on him. Slipped a little on the drive, still finished.
Well, that's where this.
Flagg into the paint, slams it. And it's now getting louder by the moment. Flagg up and in. What a play. Knipple driving on a walk. A nice kick to Flagg. A 3 for Flagg.
They set it up for Cooper. He had a 3, hesitates now. Mid-range game, and that is really his. He's open. And he knocked it down.
Clean play now. Here comes Flagg. 2-man pick and roll.
The roll. Oh! Right over Badunga. 5 seconds on the shot clock. They're way out top. Here's Flagg. There's a flush. Nice job by Knipple. Said that to him. Go. Flagg. Left hand. What a shot.
Oh, man.
James rips it away. Down the court for Flagg.
To the overplay with a quick back door.
Cooper Flagg on the drive. Up and in, and a chance for three. So they've been tested as well. Flagg on the drive. The turnaround. Tough shot.
Advantage to the offensive end. The defense is expecting it. They're trying to block out, expecting it to hit the rim.
Flagg gets a piece of the paint. He's still in the game. Flagg, a size advantage, and he just... Foster with a broom on him. Tries to drive him, picks up his dribble. 3 to shoot. Flagg hits it. Has it been fun? Isaiah Evans has checked in for the first time this half. And Brown makes another 6 threes. Scored 18 points. Has not scored, has not played a whole lot in the second half. Boy, Flagg slips. Got back to his feet. Leans in and hits.
The dynamics. It's important.
Flagg, first touch in the paint. Flagg up and under. He's off the mark. Tapped away by Cooper Flagg. That's just a heady play by the 17-year-old. Counted in the foul. 3rd on Noah Waterman. Knipple trapped. Finds Flagg for 3. Bang! Off the mark. Crowd really wanted to see that go down, and now Cooper Flagg off to the races. Flagg takes it coast to coast.
That's a big-time play. And again, makes the big-time rebound, getting out in transition, heads up. He knows where everybody is, takes the contact. This is real.
Flagg, really tough take.
What I'm saying, like
I do.
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. Here's Flagg.
There he is.
First time on the floor. Yes, there are. Flagg. No, and the putback jam. His 4th double-double of the season with an emphatic
play. Like he gets to the basket. But Smith had an opportunity really there, hold his ground, just moving a little too much. It's not fair. Like in my day, I would have had to line up my steps.
From the jump tonight. How about a 3 from Flagg?
Yes, floater not so much.
Flagg for 3.
In the conference tournament, I don't know that they get in.
Haynes is sent away by Cooper Flagg. He wanted a goaltend, but they are not.
Flagg, he just waits on him, and that ball looked like it was still going up. But Haynes had a mismatch inside, and he's trying to use it.
Back to Flagg, and he is
attempted 3 in this game.
Picked off by O'Connor. Tippy towing the sideline. Thunderous.
They match up very quickly, though.
Flagg.
I mean, Flagg comes in on the season shooting only 22% from beyond the arc. He makes that one.
Terry loses control to Proctor. Here is Flagg on the run. And the stuff.
6 and what would have looked like one of these.
There's just nothing you can do with him in the open court. I mean, when they get turnovers and going that way.
Gets us started. Here is the freshman Flagg. The up and under on shoot, and it's 2-0 Duke.
2 defenders and leave Lawal alone.
Quick pass, Flagg, the catch, dunk, and foul on Lawal. There's by the Blue Devils. Proctor now off the reset. Flagg with the 2 fouls for 3 and 1. Yes. Here's Flagg now. Oh my, catch, nice dribble, back in, layup, good. They're talking a lot of
and that helps you, but Virginia Tech just can't get inside.
How about the steal? Malawach to Flagg to James for the dunk.
And the pressure Duke has been able to put on the ball. If the guards can't see to throw it inside, it's hard for Poteet.
Quick. And we're happy to oblige as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very few things is important about choosing your role.
That is common Malawach. 7 straight games. Flagg on the lob.
They will be an interesting challenge.
Sure are. Here's the drive. Burnham had it deflected. Pulled away by Sion James. Yeah, of course, the Panthers and Blue Devils. Here's Flagg. After the turnover, he'll leave it. Proctor will finish.
15 minutes to probably get you 10 to 12 points.
There's Flagg, little fadeaway.
And what
Started out red hot.
And Tom, what you've seen is that SMU has mixed up their coverages from man to zone. They're flaring out, being a little bit more physical, a little bit more help. That last time you see Cooper Flagg
with a rebound. Here's James. And there's Flagg wide open. Man, is that a stroke with the basketball, closing in on 9 minutes to go. Beautiful cut to the basket. And Flagg follows. 37-30, 1:30 to go. Flagg the alley-oop and it. Oh my goodness. Yigitolu in traffic had it blocked. And he's going to go to the rack, dribbled it off his foot. And here's Flagg for 3. Wow. SMU without a field goal the last 3.5 minutes. And there's some of that length we were talking about.
As an assistant coach.
Ball flip to Duke. Here's Flagg. Good look and switches in 12 baskets on 10 assists for Duke. Flagg gets a touch and knocks it down. They got it right the first time. And picked off. Flagg on the attack. Look at the slam! And a foul!
To go on the last possession.
Can he top what he just did a moment ago? Into the line, slam! This time, victory over SMU. Looking dish it too. Flagg looking to work. Yes, tough to see.
In the starting lineup, as Knippel finds Flagg, he finds Malawach, and the 3 before they leave. And Burton listed at 6 foot, might be closer to 5'10".
Him where a closeout is not necessary.
The coach's son averaging almost 16 a game.
Notre Dame seeing bodies instead of open court.
A good look in the corner for Flagg, and the 4th. Boy, patient and unselfish.
What a pass.
Yes, this is terrific. ESPN Plus and ESPN Deportes as it is tipped in to go this far. Flagg over Davis, filling for the Blue Devils.
Almost like a zone look underneath.
And Flagg with his 6th.
And he's headed toward the baseline, toward the corner more than toward the basket. He can't foul there.
Flagg driving on Davis and scores over. Flagg for 3. In these games, they just got to do little things better here and there to turn the L's into W's. Flagg right down the lane for the slam.
Oh yeah.
Burton switches on to Flagg. Flagg gets into the paint and makes it look easy. Crossover. Up over Jai to lay it in.
And obviously in the WNBA for years, and with USA Basketball.
Yep. Flagg off the glass.
Here for John Shire tonight. Flagg with his first touch. Off the window for two. Proctor finds him. Flagg. Kind of a choppy dribble. Great dish underneath for Malo. Flagg wants the ball. Goes in strong for two.
Averaged 20 points a game last year. So coming in, he hasn't really been able to get his scoring touch going. As Cooper Flagg is
Evans with another look. And a second effort, done but keeping it alive. Flagg slicing in for the transfer from St. Bonaventure. Cooper Flagg with a touch. Spins and gets two. Has to be very wary of being in a danger zone that Duke can push you in so quickly in the opening seconds of the second half. Flagg again, not to be denied, off the window.
Zone defensively from BC.
Flagg slams it in.
Got his first win as a Duke head coach.
Then he rolling inside. Flagg with the three. Brown on the drive, swatted away by side, and Benny with the block. Flagg from three. Yes. In this ACC game, about a 3.5-hour drive from his home in Newport, Maine, for friends and family. They'll drive it in tight and bank it. Flagg slanting in, banks it in, and he'll be headed to the line.
The success of Duke, though, they can take that everywhere, and an excellent passing team, too. That'll rattle home for Flagg as it drops. Their backs up against it here in the first half, trailing 35-24. Flagg, nice dish downstairs for the stuff.
Go on, Cooper. Get yourself going. And said, this is what you want, this kind of adversity.
Just like that.
Well, and that's the way to respond.
The same goes back to Flagg. Flagg on the attack. Slams it down. Not tonight. Cooper Flagg looking to answer. Yes! And a foul. At 15, plenty of time. Flagg again. On Hill. Pulls up and pops. And knocks it down. So it's the rebound. In this case, a whole lot of scoring to bring them back and take the lead. Rejection by Flagg making a move to his left. Spins left, and it goes. It's one
better performance of the season on the road tonight.
Flagg drives it, shot clock winding down, got the pass off.
To the back.
Seth Trimble guarding Cooper Flagg. He's given up a lot of size.
And an easy one. Flagg, yes, in transition against some easy ones. Backdoor pass taken away by Flagg. Look at that pass, and James will lay it. Minutes into this one here at Cameron. Flagg posting the immediate double. Open is Proctor. Count it. Beautifully done. And now his second steal of the night. Up to Proctor for the slam of the board.
A lot of tough shots for North Carolina.
Flagg will try a three, and hit. Kinda. I told him he was being soft. And he said the best thing, as Jess said, is Flagg responds to that. Wants the criticism. Now R.J. Davis, and that won't go down. And then a block.
North Carolina for this last possession.
Flagg defended by Davis. Got a big size advantage. Tough turnaround. Goal.
The drive, so he didn't have to come over from the weak side. He was already there.
Third on Ian Jackson. Turn and
miss. Carolina's going to be back to man-to-man.
Flagg wide open. Hits the
bias, by the way. I'm allowed one exception.
Here's Flagg on the drive.
He saw Michigan State because he's playing completely different for Cal.
Yep. Long three, good. That's Flagg.
Yes.
Here's Flagg, a dunk.
They just don't give you anything easy.
Cooper through traffic and one.
I think it's just too hard.
And I think the ACC can help by eliminating at least one of those trips as we see
Cooper back on the ACC.
Here's steal by Flagg in the open floor.
Hey! Oh! It was at NBA All-Star Weekend where Kevin Hart, of course, normally is frequenting, but has a show here tonight, so not going to be part of NBA All-Star festivities this weekend.
So, what that jersey brings out, it brings commitment from everybody against them.
Flagg again from Watch. And another scoop and another fantastic. Down, 5 or 6 seconds. Flagg on the drive, puts the shoulder down. Brody looking for a screen. Great pass.
pass, and Flagg with a deflection.
The issue is trying to stop Duke on this end of the floor. That's the problem. And again, it's not as though really anyone's been able to do it. It's Cooper with 12 points.
Flagg with a touch. 10 points, 11 rebounds already. Looking for that window. Duke got back really well defensively to break it up.
Yeah, how about the play by Knipple? Not allowing the lob to go through, continuing to pursue. As Cooper, this is where I got to correct you on that one. All right.
Not a campus, right?
See? I think we
Flagg. He slips. Power dribble. Skip pass. Rising fire. Loose. Squirts out. Flagg to the cup. Hands in the air. Humrick out. Ball stolen. Here's Flagg. Here comes Joe Tate. Wham! Let down.
Some conditioning when he bench pieces and not having his leg.
Flagg off the bounce. Bump fake. Off the window softly and Flagg. Pull up three.
6'6", big, strong.
Just like that.
18 years old with maybe the highest IQ in the nation. Short offensive rebound to Malawach. Flagg driving. Flagg determined to get to the bag, and Gungba intercepts the pass. Down the floor with Flagg. A bobble and then a finish.
In so many ways. I mean, you see the banner 2023. That was just 2 years ago. This is a Final Four team.
Flagg will drive it, leaning in, takes it, makes the basket. It's loose again. Shot clock inside 10. Flagg on the spin, looking for room to operate. Got it downstairs. Does not need a lot of room to get a shot off. Here's Hildreth now attacking. Spiller's blocked by Flagg. And it's kicked out of play. Opportunity for the Blue Devils. Thought we were looking at a Cooper loop. Off the window, Hildreth can't finish.
Trademark OB.
Here's Proctor on a run out. Proctor made that one. He has 9 points tonight. 42-35. Wake trying to make a game of it. Flagg slamming on the brakes. Off balance. Cooper Flagg, of National Player of the Year candidate, will pull up and fire.
Over the Portland Trailblazers in overtime.
Flagg sizes one up. And yes. Getting about 18 minutes a game. Flagg on the attack. And a foul too.
It's because you see him going right, able to attack, but finishes with the left. This is the second left-handed and
he should have someone like this running their basketball program.
And she is the first general manager in college basketball.
Impressive, barely scratches the surface with her.
Yeah, Race is my little sis, of course. Former Nike executive.
Cooper Flagg with a two-hander.
Ever since. Cooper Flagg with the finish on one end and on the other.
And Knipple, too, is up to 17 points. Underneath for an easy basket from back on, and here comes Cooper Flagg heading to the bench and getting a great ovation at Cameron. In their final home game, Malawach gets a big hug, too. Cooper Flagg, 28 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists.
That's not a bad send-off, OB.
Not too shabby. One more year, they're chanting. The Cameron Crazies and everybody else.
Offensive rebounds, and 4 of them have been team rebounds, which meant the ball just went out of bounds, and they kept it.
And Flagg just drove it about 40 feet and slammed it home
to the floor. And he just gets past Drake Powell with the left-hand drive, and nobody had vision. Van Allen Lubin was just so concentrated on Malik Brown that he wasn't able to get there.
Cadeau all of 6'1" with an incredibly impressive defensive. Flagg trying to drive on Withers. The pull-up will go.
How much game does he have? Only 3 North Carolina turnovers.
And the Heels have not missed a shot in the second half. Flagg going to work on Trimble. Whoa, Flagg got all of that, and James Powell guarding Flagg on this trip. Off to James, muscles it up and in. The force, and it's off the side of the backboard.
That is not what Carolina wants.
It gets Duke out in transition, and Flagg flushes it.
Since the first couple minutes of the second half, Duke's switching and their size have been really difficult.
And the size a factor there, and then a run out and a chance for three for Tyrese.
Offensive rebounds, and 4 of them have been team rebounds, which meant the ball just went out of bounds and they kept it.
And Flagg just drove it about 40 feet and slammed it home with 2 hands.
Nobody with vision from the weak side. Van Allen Lubin so concentrated on his man with the left-hand drive, and nobody had vision. Van Allen Lubin was just so concentrated on Malik Brown that he wasn't able to get there. That's just too far to be able to go off the bounce without anybody coming over from the weak side.
And mom and dad who have been at...
He's also had a major impact. His competitiveness. Lob it up. Slam it down. Malowatz. Big finish. And Flagg.
It's been all Duke early. The unselfish play.
Comfortable this year. Lipscomb, he left it out there. Proctor steps in front. Proctor to Flagg. Layup goes. And one.
Not the kind of a start you need. Yeah, well, Duke's coming out with force defensively, forcing turnovers, and that length, getting in the passing lane.
Nice transfer from Tulane. Getting to the rim. It's Flagg.
Clean looks to John's point.
Cordelia was denied by Flagg. 35% on the season. He's got 6 points. Flagg the catch. Flagg the release.
It's unbelievable, his left hand. Incredible around the rim and in the lane.
Adebayo loses it. Foster ahead for Flagg. Give it up. Proctor back for Flagg, and the lay-in goes. In the first round of the NCAA tournament against the #1 seed in the East, Duke.
Same little slip. How about the loop?
Again and again. It's on a loop right now for Malowatz.
Tough. Really tough. This is your game here, kid. Go with it.
Right here. Great unselfish play.
Gets it back. Shot clock down to 6.
Even that read there didn't let the big take over.
Irvin jumper, and it was the defensive Flagg who got a little piece.
Having a difficult afternoon, no question about it, but still competing.
Trying to get it inside. James kick. The Flagg jumper is silky smooth. They doubled initially.
Nobody cut. Foul line was wide open.
Using that size, it's Cooper Flagg. How are you going to guard him at 6'9"? Turnover, Mountaineers. Evans, ready position.
Look at the hustle.
And the long rebound, Proctor. They're playing catch, and Proctor is playing Flagg. End-to-end floater. Up top for the jam. Gumba rocks the rim. Rebounded by Knipple. Get it ahead. Flagg, kick, Proctor.
And he has continued with his shooting from Friday night as Flagg almost gets a steal on the inbounds there. And it's like he's called for a foul.
Wow. How about the look?
Feed it. Flagg against Edgecombe.
He knows he's got the size.
Back in. Edgecombe trying to get in there. Floater good and a foul.
That's a three-point play. You got the name right, and he made the goal.
Flagg leans in and scores on the inside. Fine Flagg. Jump shot. It's smooth.
Wow. And nobody got out on it.
Rap, there's a reason why Shire put Flagg back into the game with
James.
downstairs.
Flagg going all the way to the top.
Wow, that's the way to break a zone right there. Throw it up high.
Obviously, the physique of this kid to compete at this level is really impressive.
James takes it strong.
And the 2 forwards with a ball screen.
Flagg wants to go one-on-one with O'Meara, and he does for 2.
And Flagg called for O'Meara right there. Wanted that matchup. Experience.
13 points for Proctor.
Excuse me, he's experienced. He's been in these situations. He knows.
Roach, the dribble drive, and he got engulfed on the inside.
Shire might empty his bench.
Double team on Foster. Flagg takes a look, shovels it, ball fake, layup. Good for Malowatz.
That's the feel he had.
Duke, 2 feet in the paint, kick it out, get open shots like this, you gotta knock them in.
Can't leave Cooper Flagg that open. Was on James and Del Orso. So those were the 2 that picked up the double foul. We thank Keith Kimball for coming over here and explaining it.
Well, I had to go to
at the controls. Love guards him. Two-man game here with Brown. And Brown to Flagg. Flagg to the basket. Patient, able to score it. He's trying to check Sion James here. Flagg spins to the middle. Flagg knocks it in. Martinez continues. Now Flagg drives it. Flagg lays it in. 11 of 13 from the line now. 11 points for Arizona. They're down 1. Flagg got to take it over here and a jump shot.
You're allowing your stars to be starring. And that's what Cooper Flagg is doing right now. The beautiful spin move, the gathered.
Short. Offensive rebound. No, secured by Gillis at Duke. Flagg pushing, looks at the clock, fires a 3. Down it goes. Cooper Flagg beats the buzzer at the end of the first half.
I tell you what, now watch Cooper Flagg look up at the clock right there.
Has a decision to make. Flagg splits it. No look. James in the corner, wide open. Cash. All set up by Flagg. Tommy Lloyd calls a timeout. Duke coming out of a cannon here in the second half. They're up 12.
But being aggressive, Florida in that same kind of boat. Those two teams with the 3 seeds.
Can I throw another C in there?
Go ahead.
Cooper. He leaves it for Malawach. Some big time lobs here. Twice to Malawach.
When all the shine was on Cooper Flagg. That just shows how good Tom Knipper is.
Flagg again! Special player right here. Gumba on the floor for Duke. Full court pressure by the Wildcats. Flagg breaks it, leaves it up top. This time it's Gumba. Who else wants to be in the Flagg vortex? Yeah, what a joy it must be. He just does a little look to the left. Daystar thinks the lob's coming on the other side of the basket. That's what set him up. And now Flagg's going to take it himself.
4 possessions. And it's just this end of the court right here, Brian.
Cooper Flagg, 3-pointers good. Love, pass too high. Baystar couldn't handle. Gets it back. And he missed it. Flagg defending well. And that's going to be a foul going the other way. Can't get it to go. Here come the Cats. KJ Lewis puts it up. Cooper Flagg. Stuffing that stat sheet. Put a block on the list, too. His third.
Remember I talked about the motor? Hustling back and not giving up on the play, assuming that somebody...
Highly anticipated matchup. Crowd on its feet and buzzing here at Prudential Center. And Cooper Flagg opens up the scoring. Nate Oates felt like Diabate could be a major factor in tonight's game. He's a key defender off the bench. And there is Flagg running the floor with Caleb Foster. One of 5 boys. Colin Knipple, Nelson late clock. And Flagg springs high to get the rebound. Yeah, that's just the mom side of the family. Is Flagg gets inside, lays it in.
Keep in mind, you got bigger, stronger guards that are guarding Mark Sears that can stay with him. And when he gets a head down, he's still going into traffic. And speaking of which, Cooper Flagg is one of the best at this. Weak side, help defense to get a block shot. Okay? And the reason why you get that is because you're never spread out defensively as a team.
He's got a block. 9 seconds separating shot in game. Flagg drives, hangs and scores with a foul. The body control of Cooper Flagg.
Brian, but once again, it's on the switch or lack thereof. Watch right here. Youngblood is supposed to switch that. According to how they're playing it. With no switch, it's Cooper Flagg to the basket.
You know Alabama's not going to stop shooting.
You know, but Brian, how big is it taking the momentum in the second half scoring? And then Duke comes right back. But it's that middle pick and roll.
Cooper Flagg with Sears on him. 2 first-team All-Americans going at it. Flagg with 3 to shoot. Flagg up and over Sears. Too tall at 6'9". And they have been on top of their defensive game here tonight. You hold an Alabama team at this point to 58 points. You've done something special. Top scoring team in the country is Flagg.
A flurry of moves. Houston likes to go to Roberts to start the game.
Roberts misses it short, but the ball was tipped out of bounds. Free on the far side. He shoots it at 41% from downtown. Look at this hustle. Oh, what a play defensively. The step in by Flagg. Slow it down here. Half court set. Knippel.
First time they ran the stagger.
Flagg. Three. Bottom.
And that's the part of the game where he has improved since January.
Rebounded by Foster for the Blue Devils. Flagg turns on the Jets. Takes it in for the chair.
What a read, though. He knew there were all guards up there, Grant.
Yeah, nice read. Maybe a better move. That's special.
Look at the hustle.
Rebounded by Arsenault. Circles, and it's blocked by Flagg. 18-15 Blue Devils. Under 6 minutes to go first half. Flagg, the cutter. Big finish and a foul.
How about the dive and then the find by Flagg? All set up by great defense at the other end. The ability here, and what a nice read. Again, good to...
Swing it, Flagg. He's one-on-one with Roberts. Flagg, head and shoulder fake. Flagg, nice pass. Drops it inside for Brown. A perfect dime.
Oh, I thought he could have taken him with that ISO, Grant.
Flagg, one-on-one with Roberts. Flagg the drive, and Flagg could not bank it in. Malowacz keeps it alive. Somehow it ends up in Flagg's hand. And it goes! And the foul! 7 turnovers for Houston, just 2 for Duke. Flagg, spin, fake, lefty, good, and a foul.
His high percentage with that left hand is extraordinary.
It is. And what they're doing is they're seeking mismatches. James set us.
Tracks down the loose ball, offensive rebound, reload. It's Proctor for Flagg.
Nice pass. The dribble drive froze the...
Good defense by Flagg.
Absolutely.
Wilson trying to create something, and Flagg steps in.
Total.
Flagg on the move. Tosses it up.
Contact there on that shot by Sharp.
Absolutely.
Flagg with a head of steam.
Look at the strength.
Leans in and puts it off the window. Proctor off the double. Roll. Kick. Flagg. Bottom.
What a find. And a relocate.
To get it. We're down to 2:18 to play. Spin move. Blocked. Denied by Flagg. He went up the pole.
The total package. What a read. What support. Knippel did his end of the job. Contest, but look.